Who's our first attendee there? Raymond, I thought it was just going to be me and Mike today. Ramon. There we go. Now the numbers are starting to rise a little bit. Good afternoon to you, Mike. How are you?
I am getting past the cold like a lot of other people. Thank you for asking. And how are you feeling today?
Doing good. Hopefully you feel better soon. I feel like it's been a tough and very long cold season. Cold,
Exactly.
allergy, all of the above, right?
Right.
Yeesh. Well, let me go ahead and get started. I know you have a fun presentation for today. Let me start my screen share. I guess I can't start without showing you something. All right. Can you see my screen okay, Mike?
Yes. Come up. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lauren Simpson. I'm with the SBDC, or the Small Business Development Center. We are a national program with over 1,000 locations across the country, and we offer no-cost services to local small businesses. Now, our services are at no cost to you because your tax dollars have already taken care of our fees. So for our network, which is the Los Angeles Regional Network, we serve the Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and Ventura counties. So if you're within any of those counties, please be sure to take a closer look at the screen in front of you, as you'll see our physical center locations. You'll see that we are in Camarillo and Santa Clarita, all the way over to Pasadena, as well as out to Laverne, throughout Los Angeles, the South Bay, down into Long Beach. Now, here's a deeper dive into what it is that we do, what we can offer for you for free. So we offer no cost business advising. And so you're able to sit at free of charge with one of our business experts. And we have experts that range in expertise in marketing as well as taxes. If you are looking to create a business plan, we have someone for you, or someone's for you. If you are looking to go from being a handyman into construction, we have someone specifically for you. So again, any topic as it relates to the entrepreneurial journey, we have someone who can help you. And then we also offer various topics of virtual trainings, and those are comprehensive workshops that assist you in creating or starting your business, adapting your business, or even growing it. Now, all of that was a mouthful to say. Please be sure to get in contact with us today. We'd love to work with you and help you. You can reach us by phone, 866-588-7232, or you can reach us online, smallbizla.org/new client. Now, if you've reached us and you're outside of our network, which is the Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, or Ventura counties, please be sure to go to americassbdc.org/find-your-SBDC. So Mike, really quickly, I'm going to stop my screen share, and then
Thank you. Before you move on, for those of
yep.
you who have not taken advantage of one-on-one advising session with myself or one of my other 199 other colleagues, take advantage of it. We're here for you, and there's no cost to you. And this is your taxpayer dollars at work. So, and this is one of the best things you can do for yourself to help grow your business. And we have experts with access to capital. We have experts in human resources and marketing and sales and promotions and strategy and finance. The best thing you do for your business is to bring in people who can help you grow your business.
That's right.
And it's a proven model. All right, go ahead.
No, I think that was perfect. I just want to highlight the fact that we do have an access to capital team, the ACT team, and that's their primary focus. So I think every business needs a team like that on their side. So like we've both mentioned, please be sure to get in contact with us. We would love to assist you. Quick housekeeping before we get started. Oh my goodness. Please put all questions into the Q&A. Again, questions in the Q&A. We want to be sure that Mike is able to see them and can get you some answers. And then the chat will be reserved for any links or anything like that that Mike would like to share with you. That said, Mike, I think I'm going to hand it over to you. Oh, we wanted to talk about the EOG, correct?
Let's go ahead and talk about the grant.
Okay, so let me quickly pull it up. For those of you who are who attend our show weekly or our session weekly, this might be repetitive, but for those of you who are brand new to us, please be sure to take a look at the screen in front of you. This is the EOG, or the Economic Opportunity Grant Program. The program is currently going on right this second. For here are the two phases 1 and phases 2. You'll notice that phase 1 is open until the end of May, so May 31st. Take a look at phase 2. Phase 2 ends May 20th. That means this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, May 20th. Note that if you have any questions on Saturday, the 20th, it's probably going to be difficult to get you some answers. So ask those questions now. Get in contact with us today, right now. I'm scrolling on the home page. I'm going to go over to prepare to apply. If you scroll down, you'll see more information as it relates to what this program is. You'll see that we're offering 54 million, the program will be awarding more than $54 million across 6,800 grants to organizations in Los Angeles County adversely affected by COVID-19. Now, if I continue to scroll, you'll see the application checklist. It'll go 1 through 4 here. And then if I keep going, you'll see eligibility guidelines. It addresses phase 1 into phase 2. And then here are ineligible entities. Take a look at this list. You'll see publicly traded companies. It includes pawn shops, private or social clubs, liquor stores, nightclubs, anything related to the cannabis industry, gun or ammunition stores. Just take a look at this list and it'll give you everything that you're looking for as it relates to ineligible entities. If I keep going, it'll tell you what required documents you'll need to assemble in order to apply. Phase 1 is covered here, as well as phase 2. Small businesses and nonprofits, again, nonprofits, small businesses, all of those who are underneath that phase 2 umbrella, the application deadline is May 20th. Please be sure to get your applications in today. For those of you who qualify for phase 1, you have until May 31st. And then Mike, here's a button where you can see, it says get help. And so you're able to see live support as well as tech support. This 833 phone number can get you to someone on our team to assist you with application related questions. This 866 phone number is for tech support. So if you've already started the application or you're running into any technical difficulties, be sure to call the 866 number, if you have questions related to the application itself. Go ahead and call that 833 phone number. Had in-person events yesterday, as well as on Tuesday of this week. Otherwise, we have info sessions. We actually just finished an info session right before this webinar began, but we have them every week, Monday and Wednesday in Spanish, Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday in English. And then again, those live support phone numbers, application guides, English and Spanish here.
Right.
And then you can actually apply here too. So the last button is to apply now, and this is the actual application. So Mike, I'll go ahead and put that URL into the chat, and then I'll list the phone numbers too, just in case, for the application support as well as for the tech support.
Awesome. Now, for those of you who are wondering, phase 1 is $2,500. It's for those with $50,000 in revenue less for the 2019 taxable year. For phase 2, it's $15,000. The deadline for phase 2 is May 20th. The deadline for phase 1 is May 31st. So it just got extended yesterday. And I can tell you from personal direct experience, including the on-site event yesterday, it is extremely important to have all your documents scanned and uploaded and ready to go. Also makes the process a lot easier because those documents need to be uploaded into the portal. Additionally, there's a certification that you have to sign. One certification for phase 1 and one certification for phase 2, different certifications. For those businesses located in the city of Los Angeles, I think it is phase 1. You're excluded from phase 1. For those, because the city of Los Angeles, those are code funds already expended code funds. For phase two, there's no exclusion for those in the city of Los Angeles, and some people have applied for both grants because of different parts of money. So take advantage of it. And someone's asking about Ventura County, Darcy. I'm not aware of any grant program in Ventura County. However, we have a center in Ventura, right, Lauren?
That's correct,
Perhaps you
Mike.
can give Darcy that information, and you might want to reach out to one of our center colleagues in Ventura. Okay, what are the certifications? There are self-certification that says that you're going to use the funds in appropriate ways and that you're not lying, essentially. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Lauren, for that.
Oh, Mike, you're on.
Okay. Before we took a break, we started working on the development of a buyer persona, and we actually completed it, the customer journey map. For those of you who did not attend those sessions, and for those who did but need a refresher, I'm going to show you what we created. This is a hypothetical toy store, physical brick and mortar store in the city of Santa Monica. And I will tell you, it is extremely important for you to create your own buyer personas, otherwise known as ideal client avatars. We are no longer in the world of mass marketing unless you're Walmart. So advertising and marketing agencies get paid millions of dollars by Fortune 100 companies to create these personas because they know that people consume information differently. And it's a very targeted, hypothetical, biographical sketch of your ideal client. And if you're involved in B2B, it's the person who's responsible for making the decision within the company. If you're involved in B2G, it's the government official that is responsible for making the decision. So I realize that some of you may have already seen this before, but this is for you who have not, and as a refresher, because we're going to move on from here. So one of the first things you should do for your company, if you haven't done it already, create at least 2 of these buyer personas. In this case, with Lauren's help, we created a buyer persona named Abby Smith. And yes, you name it. There's a reason for that, okay? And Abby, this hypothetical person, this fictional character, has goals. Health and safety for her family, self-care. She wants to increase her income through her career. She's 28 years old. She's married in Santa Monica. She's a paralegal. She has household income of $180,000 per year. Her husband is an auto dealer. This is how detailed you get. And Google Analytics, when it's tied to your website, will automatically pull in this information now, and there's apps that will do this, to create these fictional personas called buyer personas. She has a boy, 5, and a girl, 3. She likes to surf and cook. She reads science fiction. She's on Instagram and TikTok. She buys her clothes at Gap and Nordstrom. Her social cause is beach conservation, and I'll show you why that's important to identify. She's influenced by environmental activists and well-known attorneys because she's a paralegal. And her primary learning mode is auditory. My primary learning mode is auditory, not written. We all have different learning modes. Most people are visual, some people are tactile. But auditory is somewhere around 15% of the population. And that's my learning mode. So she and people like her would represent about 30% of the market share that is drawn to the store. Everybody has a personality type. These are the various personality types. In this case, she's a rational personality type, and then she's paralegal. Okay. Your ideal client avatar may have a much different personality type. It might be a male, might be a 75-year-old male. Depends on what you're selling, who you're selling it to. You need to identify it. Okay. And her quote is, "My family is my life." And actually, Lauren helped create this live a couple of weeks ago. She's a local Southern California native. She graduated from USC. She's got 2 sisters. Her parents are retired. There's a meaning in that, okay? Because she wants to take care of her parents. And maybe they might move in with her later, which means she might have to make a life decision, okay? She's motivated by the corporate client to obtain a law degree. She's a paralegal, family happiness. And she's a busy mom with a full-time career, and a husband who's also an auto dealer. Time management is a frustration, work-family balance. Okay. So that is who we're working with in terms of a buyer persona. After you create a buyer persona, you create something called a customer journey map, which we did live with Lauren's help a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to bring up the customer journey map. For those of you who don't know the customer journey map, this will explain it. Everybody goes through this journey when you decide to buy a product or buy a service. We don't typically think of it this way, but we do it for simple decisions such as where we're going to go for dinner tonight, or where we're going to go for a vacation. Well, that may not be so simple. Or where am I going to buy my pens from? God, I'm out of pens. I need pens. The point is, marketeers have broken down the stages we go through with regards to decision. So how do we become aware of what's available to us? In this case, this is tied to the persona that we created. Her name is Abby Smith, because everybody's journey is going to be different. My journey with you, if I'm one of your intended clients, is going to be different than Lauren's journey from you. We have different experiences. We're in different locations. Everything's going to be different. So you cannot assume that everyone's journey is going to be the same with you. That is absolutely not true. It's different. And you need to define those differences by creating these customer journey maps. And by the way, these stages might be quite extensive. For example, a contractor for a governmental agency, like a city, might go through 6 or 7 stages, because there's a bid walk, and there's a response to a bid. There might be a bid at conference, then a bid walk, then a response to a bid, then the negotiation of the bid, and then so on and so forth. There might be 10, 12 stages for a contractor. Your stages may be different. Oftentimes it breaks down to this, the most basic stages, which what's the awareness stage for the ideal client? What's the consideration stage? And I realize I have a typo in here for an ideal client. And what is the engagement stage for an ideal client? And what is the post-engagement stage? All right, those are typical. And I'll correct this right now. And then once you define the stages, then you identify the user goals within those stages, the process that they go through within those stages, their problems within those stages, and their emotional states, which are extremely important within those stages, okay? Along with their ideas and opportunities for you to improve the experience at each stage. I often start with the emotional states. Now, I did this live with Lauren a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not going to recreate this again, but I want you to understand how customer journey maps works, because we're going to tie this back into something else. So you can see that in the awareness stage, her goal is safety and engaging her children. Her process is looking at reviews and consumer reports, and Abby's problems too far to drive. That might be a problem for her. They may not carry the specific items. By the way, the participants in the meeting also helped with this, okay? And so on and so forth. So where are the opportunities for this toy store to improve her experience? Well, work with the SBDC to create a social media content calendar. If you don't know what a social media content calendar is, and social media is important to your business, talk to an SBDC advisor. We can help you create a social media content calendar. And by the way, Lauren is an expert at marketing. She can help us create it, okay? One of the stages might be in the consideration stage. How easy is it to get in and out of the store? I don't know what it is for your business, but for this business, self-checkout might be an opportunity to improve her experience, okay? In the engagement stage here, sometimes it's incorrect pricing, sometimes the product is not in stock, sometimes there's no staff. We've all seen this before, right? Well, how can we make things better for her experience? Clear signage, aisle labels, easy scanner access, spacing. There may be more opportunities as you're looking at this. You may be thinking to yourself, if I was advising the store owner, assume I'm the store owner, how you can make it easier for me to make it easier for her, you might come up with ideas for me to improve her experience, okay? Post engagement, where there are problems, imprecise directions, don't have all the components possibly, make sure the toys are complete, the proper instructions, include the battery, make it easy to open, okay? So, I want you to understand how important it is to create buyer personas and customer journey maps, and more than one, at least 2 or 3. And this tools allow you to do this. This tool is called UXpressia, UXpressia. There's a fee to use this. You can create one user, one avatar, and one customer journey map on a trial basis, but then you have to pay to use it. HubSpot also has wonderful tools for free, where you can create personas and customer journey maps. All right, so before I go forward, do we have any questions? I don't see anything in the Q&A. Now I'm curious to see if anyone has created personas or customer journey map. If you have, put that in the Q&A. Anything to add to this, Lauren?
No, Mike, I think you are spot on it. I think they're extremely important, especially for, I would say, honestly, I mean, it's important for any business, but definitely those smaller businesses, which seem to be our clients. It's important to know who your buyer is so that you're better catering to them. Why? So that you're selling your product or getting your product out there. Mike, do you want people to put it into the Q&A or the chat, or does it matter?
Go ahead, put in the chat, that's fine. I'm just curious to see if people have created personas. So 2 questions. Have you created a persona? That's question number 1. Second question is, have you created customer journey maps? Okay, if you can answer those questions in the chat room, we're just curious to see. And if you haven't, we're here to help you. Come and make an appointment with us. And if you have, let's see if we can make it better for you, okay? Now, what we're going to do from here is we're going to be looking at numerous marketing strategies. Because once you define this, then you can look at the marketing strategies and tactics that are best appropriate for you to build your business. Now, not in every stage is there a marketing tactic. In some stages, it's like, let's put in scanners to make it easier. That's not necessarily a marketing tactic or strategy, but it just makes things better for the experience, okay? So I didn't want to recreate the wheel. I did find a resource, and I'll put this link in the chat room. Somebody was brilliant, and this person came up with 52 marketing strategies. And I'm going to go ahead and go through these with Lauren, okay? And I've given you the link to these 52 marketing strategies in the chat room. You're not going to use all 52 marketing strategies, okay? You're going to pick what, 2 or 3, right, Lauren? Maybe 4, correct? Yeah. By the way, social media is a strategy. The way you use social media is a tactic. You will never, ever find me on TikTok. So if you're thinking you're going to reach somebody like me, who's over the age of 60, to try to sell me something, it will never happen. However, I spoke to somebody yesterday who makes hats, and he designs and sells hats, and he has them manufactured here in Los Angeles, and he sells to people between the ages of 18 and 24, young urban youth. He had over 1 million views on a TikTok. Awesome for him. And he hit record sales for his hat. I spoke to him yesterday. So for that gentleman, TikTok is absolutely the right place to go to. He doesn't even have a website. He's just selling through TikTok. No, he does have a website, but he's getting his sales through TikTok. So in that particular case, that makes sense. If he was trying to sell me and people like me a hat, forget it. They'll never make a sale because I'm on TikTok. Okay. Now, let's go through these one-on-one. you saw in the customer journey map for the toy store that the social cause associated with Abby Smith has to do with environmentalism in beach preservation. You want to talk about cause marketing, Lauren? No?
Sorry, Mike, I was in the Q&A getting ready to answer.
Okay, do you want to talk about the cause marketing?
Oh, sure. Remember when you had Abby pulled up? Or I should say to our audience, do you all
Yes.
remember when Abby was pulled up and Mike had mentioned that it's important to understand or to have essentially a well-rounded picture of who your buyer is, all the way down to the causes that might interest them. For her, I think it was beach cleanup, if I'm not mistaken. Cause marketing is extremely important, or can be extremely important, because for those who that is important too. Something like that is important too. In this example, it speaks to Tom's shoes. So for Tom's, every pair of shoes that you purchase, they give something back. If I'm not mistaken, it's a pair of shoes to someone in need or something along those lines. For someone who, say, wants to shop because they need to shop, but then also wants to feel good about their purchase, this cause marketing is a really great way of doing so. So I purchased a pair of shoes for myself, but guess what? I purchased a pair of shoes for someone in need as well. And we're not, right now I'm talking about shoes, but it could be in anything. They have a lot of, like, schools will do Dine a Donate, and you go and you have a nice dinner, but 20% of the proceeds from your meal go towards a school or go towards a fund in need. And so cause marketing is important to those where causes are very important to them. So like I said, whether it be schools or giving to people in need, that's where cause marketing comes in.
Excellent. Nailed it. Thank you. By the way, it's been proven that people are willing to pay more money to those who support others. And you grab market share by engaging in cause marketing. All right, so I'll just go through the slideshow. All right, and this is in no particular order. Do some good. There you go. Find a cause that your customers or company care about. I would suggest that you link the cause or the sponsorship to what you're actually doing. And it doesn't have to be money, by the way. It can be your time. It can be just you supporting something. Like Lauren mentioned the school. Yes, you can go to dinner and a donation goes to the school, but you can just go to the school and help them with something, right? Sponsor them, do something with that school. For example, that toy store in Santa Monica might engage with a school and do some activity after the school for a good cause, and thus promote themselves that way. Because they're selling toys to kids. It makes sense. It's a good connection, right? So find a cause that relates to you and your customers, that your customers will feel important. And by the way, Lauren, how do you know what's important to your customers?
Well, you've created something called a buyer persona.
Yes, but
you've done the research.
You get information.
Right.
You ask.
Yep. And it can be as easy, it can be as thought out as a survey, Mike, where you're surveying folks, or it could be a simple question that you pose on social media or even on Yelp or your website. But any kind of way where you can get more in-depth information as it relates to your potential customer, that's what you want to use when it comes to marketing your product.
Thank you. So there you go. There's the example of Tom's shoes. Buy one, get one free. Now people are doing socks and many other things for that matter. And that's great. It's awesome. Okay. Relationship marketing. You focus on building relationships with your customers. It's more than just trying to sell them. We want a relationship with you, right? What are we selling? Well, we're not charging you anything, right? What we're selling is the opportunity for you to build your business. We're selling you the opportunity to improve your business activity. Okay. We want to have a relationship with you, and we do. Okay. So customers who love your brand will also spend more money. Now, for us, we're not asking to spend any money with us. Okay. So it's a little different. But you build a strong relationship with your customers, they'll keep coming back to you. My wife has been going to the same hairdresser for 40 years. It's like a personal family friend, right? Don't a lot of people do that? That's relationship
100%.
marketing, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So Walgreens has seen that customers who buy from all their channels. So Walgreens has some loyal customers. They'll buy from the store, the web. They'll buy up to 6 times more than the average company that only goes in the store. So you want to create those relationships through all the channels, not just one channel. Right? And there's Walgreens at the corner of happy and healthy. Look at the tagline, at the corner of happy and healthy. And they trademark. Yeah, what does that tell you? Right? Offline marketing. Find new ways of integrating offline marketing with new technology. All right. So this is a print media, right? Print media is billboards and signs and flyers and newspaper ads. Okay. So this is an example of what they're referring to as offline marketing. This is print media. How you use print media depends upon your buyer persona customer journey map. You want to reach me? Put an ad in a financial magazine. I'll read it. Okay. You want to reach somebody in a local community store like Santa Monica? Then you put an ad in that local paper. That's print ad. Okay. The Coca-Cola company has created vending machines that invite customers to hug them. I mean, it's like, really? I haven't seen them. New to me, but awesome. So they're tying the Coca-Cola brand to their core emotion of happiness, right? And there it is, on the beach. And where did they put it? On the beach where people gather, right? You want to talk about digital marketing? Lauren?
Forgot I was on mute. Sorry about that. So digital marketing is like exactly what you see on the screen in front of you. It's using various digital devices. So everything from a smartphone or a cell phone to computers, tablets, yes, digital billboards, and 1,000% platforms that are used are like social media. I think it's been like the best because when you look at or the best, I tend to lean towards digital marketing because let's just think about it. Have you ever taken a look at your cell phone and looked at your screen time? How much time are you spending on your phone? Multiply that by like 1 billion people, right? Spending all that time on phone. So it's the natural device in which you would want to deliver a marketing message because that's where people are in their spare time. If they're working and you can get, your messaging through, your ads through.
Exactly. So here you see an example of a phone here with all you need is one finger, etc. So yes, digital marketing, that's a big topic, but digital marketing is only one form of marketing, not the be all and end all.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's interesting. This is where you're trying to convince people to buy for you by saying there isn't enough product for you. It's this weird psychological ploy, right? There's only 3 available, buy now. Right.
Mike, it's that FOMO effect, right? FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. Nobody wants to miss out on a good thing, right? So if I tell you that I only have a handful left and, you too could have this extremely important, special thing, then, that tends to excite people and get them to purchase your product.
Exactly. Thank you. And here's an example of Rolls-Royce released something called the Dragon Collection. It sold very quickly because Rolls-Royce is Rolls-Royce. Everybody knows Rolls-Royce, right? And the cost of the car was higher than other luxury cars, and they drove the price up. If your buyer persona is appropriate for this type of marketing, you engage it. I think that happens with apps quite a bit. Get it now, or else you're going to miss out. I think it happens with sneakers. My grandson wanted a particular sneaker that costs a lot of money, and you had to respond within a particular period of time on your phone in order to get it. And I'm like, really? Just go to the store and buy a sneaker. Okay?
Oh yeah.
It's a sneaker. I'm not 13 years old. Okay.
It's the sneaker.
It's the sneaker. It's the sneaker that everybody wants.
That's right.
That's really expensive. This is the the Rolls Royce, by the way. Okay, let's see if I can go move forward. All right. Word of mouth marketing is really important, especially for those of us who are in consulting, lawyers, doctors, et
Yep.
cetera. Because word of mouth is where it's at. If you do great job for someone, we're asking you
Yeah.
to tell others about us. That's word of mouth advertising and marketing.
You know what,
Right.
Mike? If we go back to digital marketing, sites like Yelp or TripAdvisor, they're sites filled with customer reviews and photos. And I know for me, if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm looking, I like to stay in like boutique or new, different unique hotels. I'll for sure hop on one of those sites so that I can see not with what the company has taken a photo of, but Mike, I want to see your photos from your cell phone
Right.
of your stay. Same with
So
same with Yelp. And I think that that's why sites like that are extremely important. So I know we're talking about marketing as a whole, but wanting to be sure that those of you that do have presence on like a Yelp or somewhere where people are reviewing you, that you're paying attention to those and taking all I believe that you should respond to everything, whether it be negative or positive, just to ensure that you are not shying away from anything anyone is saying, and just with a great big smile, either it's I'm sorry and, going forward, or it's, thank you so much. So that goes a long way. But word of mouth, I think it started out as the first form of marketing, and I think it continues to be one of the top ones.
and if we take this back to Abby Smith, who is the ideal client for the toy store, you want to incentivize her to spread the word. And just have a little chat with her as she's leaving. Communication with people helps. Hey, Abby, thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. You know what? Here's an extra coupon. Why don't you give it to a friend? Tell her about us. Really important. Okay. You can talk about CTA. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So I think the golden rule is that in any piece of marketing, so any marketing messaging, that you always offer a CTA, that you always are telling people what to do. So a CTA is a call to action, and it's going to, well, you can read the definition right here in front of you, but that last sentence is the very most important. It tells the person what it is that you want them to do. So if you are having an event and you want people to purchase a ticket, then your CTA is going to be, click the link here to purchase your tickets now. If you are offering a service, same thing. So a CTA is a call to action. It's essentially you telling the customer what it is that you want them to do.
Right. And this is referencing banner ads. We're talking about when you go to a site and you see a banner running across the top, and
Uh-huh.
click here and you'll get something, or give us your email address and we'll send you something.
Send you an offer or send you information.
Right. So the toy store could do that through
Mhm.
their website.
Mhm.
Diversity marketing takes into account there's different diversities in a culture. Absolutely true. Okay. So do not always assume that your beliefs and expectations of taste matches those of your customers. That is a bad thing to do. So if your ideal client, it has a difference in culture than you do, meet their culture in the way they expect it if you want to attract them. And create a customized marketing plan to target those customers effectively. Now, in the case of Santa Monica with the physical toy store, I don't think it's necessary to really delve too much into diversity marketing. But it's always an issue to be considered. And here we have a picture of a group, nice picture of a group of people. Oh, interesting. Undercover marketing. Go for it, Larry. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say this goes back to what I was missing, that whole fear of missing out. So it's it's a little tricky, but it's giving people a little taste of what it is that you offer, right? So you just give them a little bit, because in my experience, once you give them a little, you allow your customers to tell them all that they're missing. what's the first thing you do when you experience something amazing? You tell somebody about it, whether it be online via social media or a review that you leave, or it's actual phone call, a text message, etc. So to me, that's how undercover marketing has played out in my experience.
As an example, think of a movie trailer that got you excited to see the movie, right? But they're not showing all the movies. They're just creating intrigue for you to go to the movie.
You can't
Now,
give it
with-
all away.
Yeah, I can't get all. I don't know that would necessarily work with Abby Smith at the toy store.
Sure.
Okay? Probably not appropriate. So again,
No.
you pick 3 or 4 that are relating to customer journey map and the buyer persona.
But if your
Oh.
business is movies or if your business is writings, right? You don't want to tell them
Yeah.
the entire story. You just give them a little bit.
You give them a taste. I think this is an old ad, but there you go. Transactional marketing. So you encourage consumers to buy using coupons, things like that. Remember the rushes at Christmas time?
That's like
You know.
Thanksgiving too, right? Black
Yeah,
Friday.
Thanksgiving, right. So, and you combine this with other strategies, like there's only
Sure.
100, first 100 get it,
Sure.
right? The toy store could actually take advantage of this type of marketing.
Yes.
Mass marketing. Now, everyone gets confused. Oftentimes when we speak to people, who's your target audience? Anyone between 25 and 40, anyone between 25 and 40, any guy between 18 and 30. That is absolutely the wrong answer. Okay, you are not Walmart. You're not selling refrigerators to every household in America. So the vast majority of the people that we speak to should not be engaged in mass marketing. It's not appropriate for you. And that answer that you're given when someone says who your target audience is flat out wrong. You should be saying my ideal client is X of this age, earning this income in this locality, that does this job, who's married, yada, that biographical steps. Okay. Now, if you are involved with someone like Walmart, yeah, our target, then you should be doing mass marketing. But that's not appropriate for the vast majority of our people that we see. You agree with that, Lauren?
I agree. Yeah, Mike,
And
you're
it's
spot
Walmart.
on.
Okay. Seasonal marketing may be important depending upon who you're dealing with or selling.
Yep.
Okay.
Toy
For
store.
lawyers, but if you're, toy store, absolutely. No question, seasonal marketing. But a lawyer might be slow season
Yeah.
during the holidays. Probably not that important. Okay. It depends on who you're dealing with, what you're selling. Okay. And that question about what you're selling is an important question to answer. So Hallmark on Mother's Day and all those holidays are important for Hallmark, right? There we go. So before we're going to go forward with this PR marketing, I'm gonna ask everybody to answer the question. You can put it in the chat room. What are you selling? And before you answer that question, answer this one. What is Disney selling? What is a travel agency selling? What is a fashion house selling? Think about those questions. And don't tell me the actual physical product or services are selling. Tell me why do people buy those very expensive outfits from Gucci or Dolce & Gabbana, or why do people go to a travel agency, or why do they go to Disneyland? And then you tell us what you are selling. What is an insurance company selling? You think about those questions. PR marketing. So this is where you're putting out notices to the public through various public relations notices. There has to be something that triggers it. Typically, it's like we hired someone new to be CEO or COO, or we have gone ahead and supported a cause. There has to be something that's a little bit newsworthy for this to really work. You agree with that, Lauren?
Totally agree.
Yeah, if you're introducing a new product or a new service, you might go to the PR.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And there he is, the man himself. Talk about viral marketing.
Viral moments. You're speaking my love language. So for go ahead and take a quick look. I'm sorry, at the definition in front of you. For something to be viral is something that's going to skyrocket on I'm sorry. So when a product awareness skyrockets, rockets, excuse me. Either it be on social media, mostly viral comes from social media or the social media world, or it could even be viral, just by word of mouth. All your friends and family and everyone are texting you or calling you about a specific something. You'll also see it on the news. You'll see it all over the place because why? It's that important. Oh, sorry, Mike, I thought that was someone commenting. Essentially what you're trying to do is drum up, I keep mentioning FOMO, so fear of missing out. The whole thing or premise behind missing out, the fear of missing out, is that people are scared that they're not going to be able to partake in whatever it is, right? So if it's that cool pair of shoes or the new drops that Mike was just speaking about as it relates to his grandson, he can't not receive those tennis shoes. Like in my world, it's Jordans, right? My teenager. So we have alerts set on our cell phones, me and her dad. She's got an alert on her phone. She's told my brother about it. She's told everyone she could about it so that they can set these alerts so that hopefully she has a chance to purchase these shoes. Now, are these shoes on sale? No. They're regular price, a couple $100 most of the time. But this is her chance to actually make the purchase. And if you think about it, it's genius. It's created that viral moment. So everyone is aware of it, right? Mike, whether it been
Yeah,
word of mouth
unfortunately,
or
the
online.
alerts are on our phone. Yes. By the way, my response is go make some money.
Get a job.
Go get a job. Exactly.
That's right.
Let's move from there.
You're getting some answers in the chat. Did you notice that?
I think
Industries?
in the books. So Lewis, you said you're selling books in digital media. No, you're not, Lewis. That's your physical product. What you're selling is information, education, entertainment. Think in terms of descriptors. A fashion house. Put this in your head. What is Disneyland selling? Everybody answer that question. What is Disneyland selling? Then you'll get to where we want you to be. Okay. WestJet expected 800,000 reviews from its, this is a while ago, 2015 video. 13 million views. Wow. I don't have no idea what this is about, but good for them. And that was 10 years ago. But it was a viral video. Okay. Online marketing.
Mike, you remember that WestJet did. So those boxes that came down were presents for like niche presidents for each of the people who were on the plane.
I guess that's what that is. No, actually, I wasn't aware of that, but that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Learning something.
All right, go ahead.
Online marketing. There's lots of different things, ways to do online marketing. Will you please explain this and as well as the A/B testing, Lauren?
Sure. It's exactly what that first sentence says. It's discovering ways to leverage the web. So mostly online, I think, happens now via social media. That said, those pop-up ads and banner ads that Mike had mentioned earlier on, that's part of our online marketing as well. When it comes to a lot of it is trial and error. So those A and B testing, people are using those so that they can test different tactics. So different strategies. A might be one way of marketing a piece. B is another way of marketing it. You set it along the same, for the most part, time frame, and then you see which one works better. So if it's a car salesman, one ad might just be the car. Stock imagery of the car, let's say. The other ad might be an actual video so that you can see how it drives, or it driving along a road, or video inside the car itself. But people typically use two different ways to market one piece, see which will test it out, see which one works better, and then they go with that.
Thank you.
I hope that breaks it down.
It does. So Geico, asked they use this to enter the zip code for an instant quote. Yeah, makes sense. Good for them. That toy store that we're referencing, there it is. That zip code could do something similar. They could engage in some online marketing. No question about it. Email marketing. So there's something called a customer relationship management tool, a CRM system. And MailChimp is one of those. Constant Contact is another, and there's a bunch of them out there. Zoho has them. What you want to do is, there's a reason that Geico wants your email. There's a reason everybody's asking for your email when you go to a site, right? Give us your email, you download a book. Give us your email. Sometimes just give us your email. By the way, I would throw away email. So if I want something, I have like a Yahoo email, which I never look at just to get the stuff I want. All right, you should all have a throwaway email. Why? Because they want to put you into their CRM system and send you stuff.
Right.
That's why. Okay. Everybody should have a CRM system if they're doing B2C. B2B, maybe. B2G, kind of. But certainly B2C. You need a CRM system. Okay. And put out newsletters. Collect those emails. That's what that's about. Yeah, email marketing is a primary way to connect with customers. IBM consultants can often be exchanging email information with their prospects. Absolutely. Not everybody does that. Okay. Evangelism marketing. Surprise, delight, and overserve your customers so they will become voluntary advocates of your product and promote its features. All right. So you bring people in, feed them, give them information, and they'll evangelize for you. If that's appropriate for your buyer persona and customer journey map. Not appropriate for the toy store in Santa Monica. I wouldn't recommend that. That's probably not the way to go. All right. Event marketing. Absolutely. If you are involved where you need to drive activity to you, especially if you're a consultant, lawyer, architect, professional services, hosting events or going to events is going to be really important for you to drive activity. And as well as B2C and some B2B. You create those events, especially to support the cause, then you're going to possibly get more people into your business. That toy store can host an event at the store, right? And then people see the store supporting a cause, and they buy from the store and a support cause at the same time, and you promote yourself, right? And the most obvious one here is the Macy's parade. There it is. Okay, you want to talk about outbound marketing?
So for outbound marketing, it's essentially just letting people, I mean, you have the perfect descriptions right here, or definitions right here. Let me think of examples. What's your next slide? What's the example?
So Microsoft was selling their accounting software. That was a long time ago. They used outbound marketing to identify potential targets. Yeah, makes sense. Right.
Zoom was doing a lot of that. That's how they got so big during the pandemic, actually. Zoom. So I would say in terms of especially that type of software, Zoom would be the most current on that. Who else?
Well, think about a lawyer. A lawyer could potentially find people. This sounds a little weird, but lawyers look for things in the paper sometimes.
They do.
Right?
Yep.
And then they say, okay, this person is preparing this issue, whatever it might be. Okay. It could just be articles in the newspaper, just scanning stuff, right? And then they're contacting possibly people involved in those articles. Hey, we read about your case. We read about your situation.
Yep. Let us help you.
Thank you.
Yep. There are email lists for that too. So you had mentioned email, the email marketing not too long ago. There are lists that you can purchase as well. I've worked with nonprofits, especially as they're gearing up for an event. And if they're looking to draw people to it, there are niche lists. We've purchased lists that have been, people who are into museums of a certain demographic, meaning age, or even type of work they might be in. You can purchase lists for that, and you're able to directly market to them. So there's that. Not to scare anyone, of course.
We're not going to be able to get through all of this, but it's also, so that was outbound marketing. Inbound marketing is different. This is when you have people calling into you.
Yeah.
Right? And when they call into you, you might be able to offer something in addition to what they called about.
Yep.
Probably not appropriate to the toy store, unless someone calls and said, "You have this product." No, but we have something else that might be similar. Okay.
That's right.
So here's an example for Chase where people were calling in and they were giving them additional options. That's inbound marketing.
Hey, Mike, before you continue, well, first off, I don't know if you want to put a pin in this because we only have 5 minutes left.
Yeah, we might
Um,
stop here. Okay, we'll stop there.
The questions was, are paid for ads a good way to market? I would just say that it
Depends.
depends on your budget, right? Depends on what monies you can allot towards that.
It depends on who you're trying to reach, who's
Yep.
your buyer persona, it depends on the customer journey map. That's like GBR always says, it depends.
Depends.
Come talk to us.
That's
We
right.
can help you figure it out. Let's create the buyer persona together. Let's create
Yep.
the customer journey. You saw me do it live with Lauren in an hour, the buyer
That's right.
persona and the customer journey map. Doesn't have to take 10 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. And depending upon that customer journey map, it may not be right for you. Okay.
Right.
I personally don't pay attention to pay-per-click ads, but that's me. That's not all of you. It depends on who you're trying to reach. And
Yeah.
that's not all of your clients or customers.
I naturally avoid because I do it. So, so I run away from it. But I think
Right,
it's definitely helpful for
That's
sure.
effective.
Yep,
There's
definitely.
and you have to track it. I know a company that prints customized socks and their pay-per-click ads just kill it.
Yeah.
It works for them. All right,
Yep.
we're gonna have to jump off. Lauren's gonna have to move on to another session. How can we, there's a question. How can we set up a one-on-one meeting with SBDC? Can you please answer that, Lauren?
I'm going to put my email in here. Just shoot me a quick note. lbcc.edu. There you go. lsimpson@lbcc.edu. Sorry, Mike, we do have to jump.
Yeah, and someone's asking about how to create buyer personas. Make an appointment with us. We'll help you. Next
Yes.
week, we're gonna cover the other 50 marketing strategies.
That's right. You guys tune in for next week so we can continue part 2. This was fun, Mike. Thank you.
Sure. Bye now.
All right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.